What's going on, everybody? Welcome to That Wrestling Show, presented by That Hashtag Show. Money in the Bank. Shorty, what you think?
I thought it was Shorty what you drank, but that's I guess that makes sense because it is what you think. Because
what is it? What does everybody think? Money in the Bank.
True.
We want to know in the comments, folks. It's been a while for me. It's good to be back. June was a rough month for me. You can tell my setup's a little different. My personal computer is dead, so I have to get a new one. I'm broadcasting from the laptop. Matthew, what's going on, man? Good to see you in chat. Matthew, I think it's worth the watch, and we'll talk about it here in a couple of minutes. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And you can check us out on Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. The man to my what side are you? Do you to my right in this?
I guess I'm to your right. I guess
to my right.
Your left? I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird with the camera. He takes
is.
care of a lot of the stuff over for us at Instagram. He is the Wrestling Classic. Justin, what's going on, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. That was a hell of a show. I'm glad to be here. I got a lot of comments to make. Shout out to everybody that might be here that listened to the TWC show this week where I had Neeson on and we made predictions for this show. And I told everybody, I'm like, listen to the predictions and then make sure you come to that hashtag show for the fallout. And that's where we are now. I'm good, man. It was a show. It was something. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did you like one of my captions? I gave one of my captions today on THS Wrestling to you.
We're gonna talk about it, and you might be surprised. I would like to give a shout out to my friend Mike, who's literally near the Impact Zone. He's at the tapings right now. He traveled out there. He's been sending me some scoops, and it looks like it was a good time.
This is a Money in the Bank recap, but I will say Slammiversary was really good yesterday. If you didn't check it out, give it a shot.
From what I saw of Slammiversary, yes, it was definitely worth checking out for sure. Matthew, your birthday was last Sunday. Happy birthday! I also have to give a birthday shout out to my friend Danny Bell. Happy birthday to him. Great dude, great conversationalist, knows his shit. So happy birthday to you, my friend. I believe he is currently eating dinner at a place I could not go to because we're here doing this right now.
I want to share this. I'm going to try to share the link and get people in here. But yeah, what a show, eh?
What a show.
Fans are back. Different atmosphere. Got to hear real fan reactions to things. I'm sure we'll talk about some of them as we go match by match. But yeah.
Oh, we will. Absolutely, for sure. So I guess... you know what? Let's skip the rating overall. We both like the show, so yeah. I think it's both worth a watch. So we'll just go with that. We don't need to go to the grades.
As the first show with fans back, as the first pay-per-view with fans back, I think it'd be unjust to trying to give it a rating to the shows that we've had over the past 2 years or whatever it's been. No, it wouldn't be fair because it's everything that has happened. Whether it's been in AEW or in WWE since Friday, since it's been fans back, like everything feels so much better, just regardless of the fact that even if the show was maybe a 7, I want to say it was a 10 just because I enjoyed the atmosphere.
Oh, the hype. Yes.
Yeah.
Hype, man, oh man. And we will, Charlie loved it. Shout out to Charlie.
As you should.
Okay. So we'll go with the pre-show, which I'm glad I turned on when I did because I caught, that weird variant entrance from Rey Mysterio and Dominic. We have new tag team champions. I think everybody thought that was what we were going to see on the SmackDown side. Jimmy and Jey Uso, new champs. I thought the match was 7 times, and the bloodline is complete at this moment. Yeah, I thought it was a good match, and I think we all thought this was going to happen. So I really don't have a lot more to say on that.
Once again, if you listen to predictions, it's exactly what I said in the predictions. I made it short and sweet. It was awesome to have Rey and Dominic win the tag titles, first ever father-son duo to do it. Cool fucking story. I'm glad they have that in the history books, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer person than Rey Mysterio and his son. So, right. I'm glad that was the case. But to further storylines, to further where we're heading, the Bloodline's a story on SmackDown. It's what people are tuning in to see outside of whenever Sasha Banks returns in my mind. And them holding all the belts, it's a that the table is set. Now everybody on the table is set. It's not just the end of the table.
That's the shirt. The table is set with all the with the titles. That's a good one. You should copyright that.
I know I should.
So we opened the show with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Nikki,
now, let me ask you this: who were you rooting for? Like, because I said it in my caption, the three I was rooting for was Liv, Zelina, Naomi. Those are the three I was like. Those are who I wanted to win. Who were you rooting for?
I think Liv and Naomi for sure. I'm an Alexa Bliss, fan. I have been since she was in NXT. So, but she's already had her time at this point. She's just kind of doing. That was me. I think that was me.
No, I was thinking of turning on a light because I'm not in my usual habitat either. I'm at my grandma's house and the lighting's kind of off, but it's all good.
But yeah, I was rooting for Liv and Naomi. I understand, I guess, why Nikki ASH won. I'm not a fan of this gimmick. There was a
part of me that thought she was gonna win this entire time because in my mind, I'm like, on the SmackDown side, the only person they were really pushing was Liv to win it, and on the Raw side, the only person that kind of seemed like they were pushing towards winning was Nikki Cross.
Yes.
That being said, I was rooting more on the Liv side. I wanted Liv or Zelina to win just because and Naomi I want to win just because I felt like she's someone that could have done something in the briefcase, made it glow, had something to do for the next 6-7 months.
Glow in the dark briefcase.
Yeah, but when it came to Liv and Zelina, my biggest thing about the Money in the Bank personally, and if you guys read my article on 1:37 p.m. where I talked about cash-ins, I enjoy it when someone wins the Money in the Bank, and there's someone that usually doesn't get those opportunities for the title shots or are going for their first belt. When it's someone that's already won the championship multiple times, I'm a little less intrigued about it.
Right.
Like, we've had Alexa, like out of the women, for example, right? I just want to use them. Like Carmella won it the first time, right? And that was sweet because she's never won the title on the main roster. She won it 2 times, but she never won the title. It was like an opportunity she was getting that she might not have got unless she won the briefcase. Like that's what made that one so anticipated. But when Bayley and Alexa both won it, I was kind of like, oh, like they don't really need the briefcase to get a title shot. It's Bayley and Alexa Bliss. That's why I was rooting for Liv and Zelina. But I guess Nikki Cross is in that category too, and I'm just being a hater. So,
I mean, yeah, I think if this was just like if she was still Nikki Cross and maybe like a little more herself instead of this rando, almost superhero character, which is just like, I'm not about it, but I like Nikki Cross, and I think this is good for her overall. But I
asked that question. I asked that question too to this group I was talking to in the show about if she wasn't a superhero, would you have been as mad about Nikki Cross winning? And majority was like, it's the character. If she wasn't the superhero, I probably would have been more down with it.
Absolutely. So now are we campaigning for Liv to win the Royal Rumble? Is that where we're at now?
I don't know. I want this whole Liv thing to continue, though. I like the story of her trying to scrap for an opportunity,
Yeah.
And now, it doesn't need to be just against Carmella. I think there is something on the bone there with her and Zelina that I want to see continue.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a Zelina Liv match, a street fight on SmackDown. Like, I'm for it. Like
that would be great. And they were going at it on commentary on Friday.
They just have good chemistry. Liv, I mean, Zelina's a good trash talker. She's a good heel. Liv's easy to love and want to root for, so it works,
And Mike mentioned in the comments Liv wearing Ruby's jacket. That was a nice little homage cool. To a friend there. Up next, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Viking Raiders taking on AJ Styles and Omos. I don't have a lot to say about this, but I think we're using Omos. We're doing a good job of how we're using him. Is all I'm going to say.
I kind of tuned out for this match. I did
too.
I kind of feel like I knew where I was going. If you listen to our predictions again, like me and Neeson both agreed that you can't take the belts off of Omos and AJ until we get RK Bro going after them. So it was kind of inevitable how this was going to play out in our minds. Obviously, always expect the unexpected, but yeah, it is what it is. And I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I might have to go back and watch it to really have an opinion on it, but
yeah,
it was good, and it was a good bring down after the ladder match.
Yeah, and then after this match, we had Bobby Lashley. I think defeat is the kindest word you could say. Defeated Cody Kingston. By did I say Cody Kingston?
Yeah, I don't know if you got Cody Rhodes on the mind, but It's a little fascinating.
Kofi Kingston, by technical submission. This was a straight up beatdown. And we have lights. And
Yeah.
I was not angry about it, honestly. I think we got to remember this is like the first big live crowd for some of the Raw guys, and if we want to make Bobby Lashley a big villain in front of a crowd, I think this was the only way to really do it, was for him to just beat the living shit out of Kofi Kingston. Do I think I would have rather had seen an actual like back and forth match? Yes, but I get why they did this.
Kofi's a sympathetic figure. Everyone loves Kofi. We love Kofi. We love Xavier. And as we'll talk about later, we all love Big E. We love the New Day, right? Like it's hard for any of us to like, even when I dislike the fact that they win the tag titles because I think they don't ever need them, I still love the New Day. Like I'm a New Day fan. Like they're such likable people, especially Kofi. I feel like he's been around since I've been like 17 years old. Like I'm like 20,
he's been around forever. Yeah,
he's been around forever, and I've always liked him. When he was going boom boom to the New Day, like Kofi's just, I was like, I have a soft spot for Kofi. I knew Bobby was going to go over. That was my prediction. That's what I thought. Like Bobby needs to continue this. I was hoping we get Bobby and Cena. Obviously, we know that's not the case anymore. But I will say that it's just a little bit of a bummer that I understand why they use Kofi as a pawn for this sympathetic feel that we're getting to build big Bobby. I mean, but I say this was Kofi's first championship title shot since the Brock Lesnar debacle at the end of 2019, October 2019. And yes, it went longer for sure. It did go longer, but they still like just crushed Kofi. Like,
well, I almost think like it, and they did a lot of build to this. There's a lot of build to it, so I can see why that would also be a letdown. But I think like if you did this with, I mean, who else could you have done this with, and you'd still be like, well, maybe Kofi's gonna win. Like maybe blank is gonna win. If you did this with anybody else, I don't know.
Devil's advocate. What if you did this with Xavier? Because Xavier just beat him on Monday.
That is true. I think that would make a little more sense.
And it wouldn't have bothered me so much if it was Xavier. Once again, because I think I just have a little bit more of a soft spot for Kofi more than the other two in general. That I was just kind of like, and the fact that that's the way Kofi lost to Brock in 25 seconds. By all means, this wasn't 25 seconds, but he still got, beat up like that.
That was the worst. I hated that.
It's almost like you wonder if they don't like Kofi. Not that they, I mean, like someone back that doesn't really like Kofi Kingston that way.
I don't know. I think they like him. I mean, he's been around for been around for so long.
Yeah.
I got my two dogs are just need my attention all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
Are they puppies still?
You haven't seen Camilla in a minute. Camilla.
No. Because you know what? I've had so many dogs in my life, it doesn't surprise me. It makes sense. I understand. And especially when the puppies, they need the most attention in the world.
Oh my goodness. So no, I can't grab her right now because she's just being ridiculous, but she's huge now. Speaking of huge now, Charlotte Flair, our new WWE Raw Women's Champion, defeated Ria Ripley in I want to say match of the night. But the main event was also excellent.
Outside of obviously the ladder matches, because there's obviously a reason why they're a little bit more exciting, and I really like the men's ladder match. And it wasn't like a really good. It was just really like that. The whole finishing half where everybody had like we'll talk about it, like that was dope. But I still think this is probably the match night because there was moments in Roman and Edge where I was kind of just like, what are we back in 1995? We're gonna go in a headlock for 30 minutes here.
Well, you saw, if anyone watching this broadcast saw the show be pushed back 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's because we were in a headlock for so long.
And I don't hate it. I'm not against it. I'm not a wrestling fan, so it didn't like bore me. But I don't feel like we had one of those long rest holds in the Charlotte Rhea match, which kind of made me enjoy it a little bit more. Obviously, Roman and Edge had more time, and that's Roman's thing, and it's a heel. Like, if he got a "This is boring" chant, that's a chant he wanted to get.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean. So I get it. There was just moments of that match in the main event that I didn't enjoy as much as Charlotte and Rhea. And I think for me, when it came to Charlotte and Rhea, and I guess you could say the same for Edge and Roman, but this this is the match they wanted since day one. Because you got to remember, the first Rhea Charlotte match was meant to happen in front of fans in Tampa, and it happened in the Performance Center.
Yes.
And every match after that happened in front of Thunderdome and whatnot. They finally got the match that they wanted in front of fans, Charlotte Flair versus Ria Ripley. And I know it meant a lot to Rhea. I'm sure it meant a lot to Charlotte too. If this was 4 or 5 months ago, I might have wanted a different outcome. But I'm actually happy with the outcome.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I know that might be.
I'm surprised because I'm like, I don't think you're going to like this.
No. I mean, I think Charlotte showed me something the last time that they fought to the DQ, which was also, if you think about it, very weird, because if that was a DQ in the last match, then some stuff at the end should have been a DQ in this match. But it's, you know, it's wrestling, so whatever.
I think the last match, now that I look back at it, I'm like, they were probably just trying to get through it so they could have the match in front of fans.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense.
But
and this,
to your point, they probably should let Rhea win that, so then if Charlotte winning this one would feel as bad to some people as it does.
Right. I thought Charlotte and Rhea both looked great in this. I don't know what it is, man, but after the last match they had, I'm kind of like, all right, put the belt on Charlotte. That's fine. I think she's getting a little more like, not to say that she was never like comfortable. It just feels like she's
embracing it.
Yeah, she's super comfortable in that role now.
She knows people don't like her. She knows people say she's Ric Flair's daughter. She knows that people are mad when she wins. But that little moment, I know they tried to black it out. I don't know what they did on Peacock. They tried to black it on the network, but that little
moment to black it out here, yeah.
Where the fans are chanting, "We want Becky," and she did the crotch chop, saying "suck it," and then put her middle finger up. Oh, I'm like, she's feeling herself now. She knows she's not trying to appease anyone. She's like she, and I said this on the TWC show with Neeson, where I'm like, all 4 horsewomen at this point officially know who they are.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. They all know who they are now. Sasha knows who she is. Becky knows who she is. Bailey has discovered herself, and Charlotte knows who she is. There's no more trying to figure it out. There's no more towing the company line fully to be like a good employee. They know that they're necessary. They're seasoned. Nobody wants to release Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, or Bailey. No, the WWE's not letting them go anytime soon.
No.
And they're going to own their spots. And that was Charlotte controlling the crowd. We've seen Randy Orton do that. He's one of the best at controlling the crowd, and the crowd's just doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Charlotte's that veteran now, and we see it. And it's so crazy because, Charlotte's the veteran to Rhea. And it's crazy to think of that. But
yeah, it is.
I don't think this whole Rhea experiment's working as well as the Bianca side. Those 2 experiments they tried after WrestleMania.
Right.
Bianca and Rhea.
Bianca
has its flaws too. Don't get me wrong. There's some flaws in the Bianca side too, but that's a whole different topic. But she's still at least killing it. The Rhea one's been weird because they turned her heel, and it's just like they sent her back to NXT after they brought her up to the top last couple of years ago. It was just a weird transition, and they're both kind of heels right now. It's just been weird. So maybe this brings the fire to Rhea again.
I mean, I hope so. But also, like, speaking of that, didn't they turned her heel kind of, and didn't like her coming to the ring, like shaking people's hands and high-fiving and tussling kids'
heads? She was doing that tonight. So was she a tweener?
Didn't that feel like super weird?
Yeah, because people started saying that with the people I was watching along with. They're like, yo, why is she? I'm like, is she the baby face?
I don't know. And one of my friends actually was like, she has the boo-boo face. I'm pretty sure she's losing tonight. And I was like, well, yeah, probably.
I mean, because if I was in her position, I could see how it doesn't make sense. You lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania, and you lose to Charlotte again tonight when there's finally fans.
Yeah.
How does that elevate Rhea? Well, I almost feel like this isn't continuing that. I feel like this is the reboot. Okay, we're going to start with Charlotte's champion again, and now you're going to get her. How SummerSlam, are we going to turn you baby again? I think they have to. The only other thing that might throw a wrench in all of this is that's it right there. If Becky comes back. Literally, that's where I was going. I'm glad I'm not wearing my glasses, but I read that after. That's the only thing that's going to throw a wrench in all this is if Becky comes back. Then where do you go? Does Becky beat Charlotte and then Rhea beat Becky? Because that's another way you can go with it. I do think Rhea's not done yet, is my point.
No, I don't think she's done either. And Becky also teasing that she was at the arena tonight.
Oh, great.
Love it. It's going to be a fun little ride when it happens. And man, SummerSlam, Please, that would be great because
The show's
SummerSlam
looking
looks like
good
it's
so
going to
far.
be absolutely insane, and I got my ticket,
Oh,
so
lucky
let's
you.
go. um, Up next, we had the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Big E is the new Mr. Money in the Bank. I thought, well, okay, you know what? Actually, let's talk about the thing that I don't think happened for you because you have the WWE network, and over here in the old US of A, I have the shittiest streaming service of all time, Peacock, where after Charlotte won, they went to a commercial, and then it was like a CD skipping in a CD player.
I heard.
Uh, it was absolutely awful,
But you,
and
from what I heard, you guys just kind of sort of just missed the entrances, right?
we missed the entrances. But you know, it's like when something happens when you're watching a streaming thing that you paid for, you're like, what? Like, how can this happen? Junior says it for me. Producer Junior.
I had a friend that that actually switched over really quickly to check the Office on Peacock. He's like, "Oh no, this is working fine. It's just the WWE stuff."
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Man, and let me tell you, like, it's either this, like the random like shuddering, or it's just dog shit quality, like lower than 480.
And you know
It's
what else I found
so
is
bad.
and I found this because like we do these watch alongs in Clubhouse sometimes where we just watch random events of the pay per views and stuff. And you guys are always like a little bit behind where we are in Canada.
Dude, let me tell you, that is literally my life when watching sporting events.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching the Mets, I can't go on Twitter because everybody knows what happens like 45 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but it's always like 45 seconds to a minute.
Yes.
Top 2 minutes that something that's behind. It's weird. And I'm just like,
yeah.
And you know, it's just so I understand the struggle. But you guys missed the entrances. The match was solid.
Yeah.
This felt I obviously I know it was the same like the women's match in the sense that like everyone kind of waited for the spots, came in, did the stuff, but it just seemed to move a lot faster, a lot more crisp. I don't know what it was. It just I enjoyed the hell out of this match. It was a car crash. It was spot after spot after spot, but it was like good. Everybody shined. Everybody had a moment. There was that moment near the end where it almost seemed like John Morrison's about to win. Oh no, Kevin Owens is about to win. Oh no, Seth is here. And you're like, you believed every single one. Like I was like, yo, I'm actually on the edge of my seat because I did feel like this match was really unpredictable.
Yes.
And obviously having my favorites, obviously I was like, I want Kevin Owens, a Big E to win. Even that being said, like I was like, oh, John Morrison's gonna win. I got excited about it. I'm like, oh, this person's gonna win. Oh, I can see that working. Like Shinsuke, okay. So yeah.
Ricochet was doing some out of this world stuff as he.
I never thought he was gonna win, though, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. He looked great too. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on there, but I think the right guy won. Very excited to see where this goes. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Big E. I almost wanted him to win the Rumble instead.
Yeah.
You know.
But you just had Bobby murder Kofi. Does he show up at Raw?
I mean, that could be interesting. Like you beat up my friend and now it's personal.
Yeah, like listen, it's personal. And you tell me, because I was reminded about this when we recorded the THS show. I forgot this whole Goldberg rumor was going around.
He's apparently coming back either this week or next week, which
I would rather have Big E versus Bobby Lashley on that SummerSlam card than Goldberg.
I would literally rather have Goldberg's son than Goldberg.
Like, I don't care if Goldberg. I don't know actually who is Goldberg gonna face. Baron Corbin. I don't know, but like,
no, I don't. I'm good. I'm good off Goldberg. I would rather it be Lesnar, honestly.
Maybe.
That's who I'd rather see.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Big E, we're happy with that. And then we move on to our main event. Edge taking on Roman Reigns for the I'd rather see Goldust versus Lashley. I would too. That would be great. I would be 100% fine with that. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship in 33 minutes. This match was great. I really, really enjoyed it. I think maybe it went on a little too long. and that could just be because I was trying to schedule the show. So I had to keep pushing it back, but I did enjoy it. The ref bump was super weak. I mean, come on, man. You fell on your knee. You're not knocked out. Come on. I did love the Usos running in, and right behind them, you could see the Mysterio sneaking in to get them. I thought that was fun. That gave me a little hope for Edge. But then Seth comes in, ruins it for Edge. Roman retains, and we'll talk about the other stuff in a minute.
I enjoyed the match. It had the big match feel. I love that the fans started off split. There was a "Let's go Roman, let's go Edge" chance, which I don't think they were expecting. Obviously, the majority was against Roman, but there were those fans there that were like, "Let's go Roman," and he tried to even shut him up himself, but they were there. I have been very vocal since even before WrestleMania how much I do not care to see Edge win the Universal title. And I hate the fact that he keeps getting title shots. And it's nothing against Edge. I just think it's so unnecessary. If they were going to do it, it could have happened in 2020. He got hurt. That ship has sailed. You're back. Start working with other guys because that's what I want to see. I'm done seeing Edge and Roman. Let's move on from it. The writing was on the wall about a month ago that we're heading towards Seth and Edge, and I'm all for it. We kind of expected this to happen, but the way they did it was cool. I liked it. I liked the storytelling. I liked all of it. Edge is like a seasoned veteran. His facial expressions, everything was just spot on.
Oh my god,
yes, spot on. This Roman, this heel Roman that can talk trash while he's wrestling, spot on.
It's so good in front of a live crowd too.
It really is
so much better.
And just it was a great match. I can't say anything bad about it. And Seth coming out just made perfect sense. Edge gets screwed again. He's gonna be pissed about it. Seth wants that title shot. Someone else is stepping in front of him once again. And it was just perfect. Was I extremely happy about what happened after? Not really, but I can't lie. I got excited.
Come on now.
I can't lie. Like I can't even lie. I was like, when it happened, I'm like, okay, well, this is the moment. But like, and I love his theme song, so that's a big part of it. But like,
I was, because they played Roman's music, and I went, oh, I guess we're done. But then I saw Heyman ask for the microphone, so I went, okay, I think something more.
Oh yeah, the moment that he had the mic, I'm like, oh, he has the mic.
Yeah, I think something more is going to happen.
I was also a big fan of. I was a big fan of the Usos coming out then, and Ray and Dominic coming out. Like, we're not gonna, like, they did a good part of making sure, like, okay, we are expecting that to happen too. So that's covered. Okay, we're expecting the Seth thing to happen. That's covered. It was an overbooked finish, but really well done, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most Roman finishes are kind of similar, where the one Uso or both Usos come out, and it's kind of, par for the course at this point. But let's talk about what happened after.
Good old Jonathan.
Roman gets on the mic, says now the entire world can acknowledge me. And then John Cena's music plays, and John Cena comes out, tells Roman he can't see him, and that's literally, I think, the only thing he says to him, and then poses on the ropes and does the whole thing, and nobody booed. I don't think, at least on my end, it didn't sound like anybody booed.
I don't think you would, though. Even if I was there, I don't think I would actually boo. I think it's kind of exciting. It is exciting to see him back. He was the man of the company for so many years, and this is the longest we haven't seen him, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is the longest we haven't seen him in like 20 years or something. It once again has a big match feel. It seems important. He looks good. He looks a lot leaner, but he looks good. It's something. Do I care that much? I'm be honest with you, I don't. But I get it. Like, I 110% get it. And it's a draw, and it's a money match. And once again, I feel the exact same way I felt about Edge. There's no reason to see John Cena win that belt. But tell me the story.
I mean, listen, these promos coming up to this match, which I assume is going to happen at SummerSlam, are going to be fire. They're going to, from both sides, especially, I think Cena's going to push Roman even further in promos, which is going to be great. I'm excited. I mean, it's a big money match, and I think it's cool.
This is the difference about the promos this time around. To your point, is the last time we did promos with Cena, Roman was trying to be this likable babyface that wanted the fans to be behind him for a bit against John Cena. Roman gets to be Roman now.
Yeah.
Roman gets to be like, listen, I don't care. Talk as much as you want. It doesn't mean nothing to me.
Yep.
You're just a bunch of words. That's great. I'm action. I'm business. Because that's the best Roman. Say less, do more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have Heyman behind you that can shoot all the shit.
Oh my goodness.
It's a whole different ball game now. That first time around, Roman is trying to hang with Cena as trying to be the top baby face of the company.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem. I've always liked Roman Reigns. I was never the guy that hated Roman Reigns, booed Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sucks. I was never that guy.
You and me.
Always thought he was a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed his matches. I thought he was a good promo when he got to cut the promos the way Roman should cut them. You know why we all loved Roman in the Shield? Because he was the one that talked the least.
Yeah.
Few words, most action. Seth and Dean talked the mic off.
Yeah.
That's what made it work. So the moment they had him on his own, they kept trying to make him talk so much and cut jokes and cut long-winded 20-minute promos. That's not Roman Reigns. If he is going to cut a long 20-minute promo, it's going to be slow. It's going to be cocky and arrogant.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the biggest difference now.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what the next couple of weeks for SmackDown look like. I'm also I want to see what that rating looks like. That's with Cena back. That's gonna be something. But yeah, that was Money in the Bank. Thought it was a pretty good show.
Definitely watch it if you missed out.
For sure, check it out. For sure, check it out. It was a fun show.
Was Cena the biggest pop of the night, or was it Edge's entrance? I think it was Cena.
I don't know, dude. I think Big E's win when he was up on Cena and then probably Big E, because the fans were super into that. Yeah.
Because Big E was lost in that after the whole Alistair situation happened. He was kind of directionless.
Oh, yeah.
We're back on track.
Back on track now for sure. All right. I don't think I have anything. Okay, actually, what do you think of this? We're gonna go back to last night.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jay White showing up in the Impact Zone?
Okay, so first things first, they kind of spoiled it a bit with the Bound for Glory little graphic where they showed the New Japan logo and the AAA logo. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like a super show, which I'm dope with. Yes. I'm a big Jay White fan. I think for the last couple of Wrestle Kingdoms, I was rooting for Jay White over Okada, over Naito, just because I'm like, I like
not over Naito. Everyone else.
I like Naito too, but I feel like they've had their time. They've both been multiple time champions. Like they've even main evented against each other. And I always was like, Jay White could be that guy that they lost all these guys. They lost Omega, they lost the Bucks, they lost all these guys. Make Jay White that guy. And I do feel like New Japan's a little bit scared of making anybody that guy anymore because they just leave. But I thought Jay White's that guy that would be loyal to you guys do, and like they tried with Will and then he got hurt. But the story's there because this still ties into that whole Bullet Club situation.
Yes, and Tama Tonga did tweet out, interesting. So I think things will get a lot more interesting as they go on. Do you think we're going to see Kenny Omega versus Jay White for title for the never open weight?
I don't think it'll be the Impact title maybe, but I think we're going to get a title.
Never open weight?
Maybe, yeah.
I just bring it just to let everybody know.
And we don't know what's going to happen by that time. It's in October.
Yeah.
So like
in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be there, I'm guessing. But just all the little seeds, all the stuff Tom has been saying on the social media, that little brief period where Kenta showed up to fight Moxley and he made those comments, like all the little, and that's the one thing I love about AEW and their storytelling and everything. I mean, there's always seeds being planted for things that you don't know if they actually are going to happen or are going to. Like, look how beautiful this fucking Hangman Page story is turning out to be.
Oh my God, dude.
With everything from him splitting from PT, like the whole story from the whole arc, like look how great it's been.
I want him
really good at that.
I really want him. I doesn't need to be in the 10-man tag, but when he gets his shot at Omega, I need him to be wearing Dark Order themed gear. I think that would be very cool.
I just need him to be lifted on the shoulders with a belt.
It'd be great.
It's the end of the story.
With the Muppets of AEW, his best friends. I love it.
He found it because you got to think about the whole story. Like he left the Elite, didn't feel like he felt included after losing to Jericho. Found a new family. He was an outcast alcoholic. He, him and Omega on the tag belts. There's always a rift between them, and then Omega turned, and he was still the good guy when all of us thought that Hangman was going to turn at one point. Like, it's just a great story, and it's just the best way to cap it off. And that's the only reason why I don't think it might be title for title when it comes to Omega and Jay White, because I think maybe Hangman wins the belt beforehand. But if that's not the case, then it could be title for title. But I like the whole Bullet Club story too, because that's a whole story there. There is a whole story there. And now that you have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows back with Kenny guys, it's even of a deeper story, because you can have those guys messing around with Tama guys being like, yo, we're all the OGs. Like, no. You guys left too.
You guys left.
You guys went with Uncle
with
Allen.
Big money.
Yeah. You guys left with Uncle Allen. You guys dipped. We kept it real here.
Yeah.
Those guys dipped. You guys dipped. We're the real Bullet Club.
It should be an interesting couple of months for professional wrestling.
It kind of makes me sad that Phineas and AJ are still with the WWE, but
Yeah. Oh well. All right, Justin. This was fun. We're gonna keep it brief today. We're not gonna go the Broadway. We're not gonna go Broadway today. So, where can the people find you, and what are you doing?
Check me out on the Wrestling Classic. If you hit the link in my bio, you can find the links to everything, the TWC show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I write articles for 1:37 p.m., so check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm always doing random interviews. I just dropped one with JTG. I had Tyson Kidd on the show, Eric Bischoff. I have Bianca Corelli, a.k.a. Santino Morella's daughter, coming up soon. Dropping that the first week of August. And hopefully some more coming. They're really random. I try to do 2 a month, so I don't try to overwhelm you guys with interviews. And they're also available wherever you listen to the TWC show if you just want to listen to them on audio form as well. Other than that, just follow the Wrestling Classic. It's the hub for everything. And then also make sure you guys follow THS.Wrestling. It's the Instagram page for this show and everything else.
Yes.
Wrestling for that hashtag show. And I'm also always posting on there and keeping you guys up to date with things. And yeah. Just, that's where you can find me. And if you want to send me personal, Justin Dillon. I don't know. Yeah.
You want to get personal, follow that account.
Yeah. You want to get personal.
You can follow me, JP Thrice, on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/that#show TV. We got a couple of wrestling related interviews that have gone up in the
you
past.
guys had Simon Gotch, you guys had Joey Janela,
a
whole bunch of cool ones recently.
Go check
ones with like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Like those are
my god,
gold.
And then Deanna Purrazzo, we got a couple of
Valkyrie, Mandy Rose, Sonny Deville. You guys got a whole bunch of good ones.
And Eddie Edwards was the new interview that just went up a couple of days ago, so go check that out.
Calling out Kenny Omega.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling, YouTube.com/that#show TV, and Twitch.tv/that #show. Oh boy, it's been a while, folks. But most importantly, that#show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you.